Hello, this is Keenan Perry, and I am your instructor for the ATTR 2300 Athlete Health Maintenance course online. I want to take a moment here and shoot a video to kind of take you through some of the specifics of this course. Since we're not going to be meeting face to face, it may help you get a little bit better oriented. Okay, so again, you're going to need to log into Blackboard or log into MySSU and access this course. So I'm going to take you through the tabs right now, first starting with the assignments area. All right, and the assignments will be, announcements will be the first basically tab that appears when you log into this course. The announcements area, is basically the area where I'll post periodic announcements associated with this class, okay? So I don't always post here, but I try to. If there's anything I need to communicate to the class, I try to post it here and also attach it as an email, okay? Again, sometimes I forget to attach it as an email, but I typically try to do that. So if we scroll down to the next one, next tab here, basically that is the introduction to the course, which is where, of course, you'll find this video. This basically talks a little bit about the course itself. There's a text description of each of the tabs that are over here on the left side, which is kind of a text description of what I'm going to be talking about here in this particular video. So the next tab area is the agenda. And the agenda is basically what we're going to cover this semester. So if you click on it, you're going to see that basically I have a table here that has each week and each learning unit and the time period that it covers on the left side, the directions for each learning unit. For example, learning unit 1, what your directions are for navigating yourself through that learning unit, and then what your specific assignments are. Okay, basically this course will have 6 learning units that basically will run about every 2 weeks. Okay, so you'll have very specific directions for each learning unit, and of course separate assignments. Okay, so that is kind of what the agenda is. Next, you can go to the syllabus, click on it to access the course syllabus. I also have it as attachments here as well, okay? So if you need any information from the syllabus, please access it here. I also have detailed out here each learning unit, the assignments, and the point total for those particular learning units, okay? So you can scroll down here to get an idea of what your grading scale is, policies, yada, yada, yada. And the course agenda is the C attached, which is one of the attachments up here or also on the left tab bar, okay? So I'll talk a little bit now about each learning unit, okay? So I clicked on learning unit 1, popped up. Basically, you're going to see the detailed directions and assignments for that learning unit. Okay, what we have here is the specific date that this learning unit's going to cover. You need to have all assignments completed by this date. Don't put it off. Don't put it off till the Sunday before the learning unit closes, all right, because again, there are discussion boards that need to be posted and of course responses that need to be made. So we've got basically folders here associated with each learning unit. And you're going to see these in each of these 6 learning units. Okay, I tried to keep the folders somewhat consistent. Most of the units you're going to have lecture slides. So again, you're going to click on that and it'll bring up basically some PowerPoint documents. Okay. And these PowerPoint documents kind of take the place of, that direct lecturing class, but they also kind of serve also as some course reading. All right, so as far as textbooks are concerned, there's really not a textbook required for this course. There is a recommended text, but most of your course readings can be found in your learning units, okay? You'll see here there's some articles. Access these articles, read through them. You understand the course content. We'll go back to Learning Unit 1. Gatorade Institute links. Click on that, and there's a few PowerPoint slides associated with some of the topics that we're going to cover in the learning unit. And you're going to see this again with each of the learning units, okay? And then you get down here to the assignments area, okay? Click on that assignments tab, and then you've got basically 2 assignments here, okay? Our first assignment is going to be basically to create a PowerPoint slideshow, okay? Now you notice here, excuse me, that I have this assignment broken up by the last letter, or excuse me, the first letter of your last name, okay? You all are creating a slideshow, but you're covering different topics, okay? So for example, if your last name starts with the letter A through G, you're doing fluid hydration education. If your last name starts with H through O, you're doing carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. And you're just basically creating a slideshow on this particular topic, okay? So after you create that slideshow, and of course follow the directions to create it, click on that Learning Unit 1 tab, assignment tab, and attach it as an attachment right here, okay? So I can go in and grade it, okay? That's going to be your assignment submission area. And this is, again, consistent with all the learning units, all right? You'll have an assignment where you have to load your assignment through that assignments tab. Now with this assignment, and like some of the other ones that you'll see in these learning units, is when you create a PowerPoint slideshow, I want you to share it with your classmates. So what you're going to do here is take that slideshow that you have created. Remember, you've already loaded it for me to grade. Now you're going to load it a second time for your classmates to view it. So you're going to click on this, create a thread, a discussion board thread, and from here you're going to attach your slideshow there. You know, what you're going to do is put your topic up here, you know, basically browse your computer, upload it so that your classmates can see it. You're going to get points for loading it. Then you're going to get additional points for responding to a classmate. So look at someone else's and give them some feedback, okay? And your directions kind of talk about that. So that's kind of how the learning units will work. And you'll see it with, you know, this is Learning Unit 2, kind of the same thing. You've got tabs here, or excuse me, folders here, where you can go in and click on and view the course content. You go down here to your Learning Unit 2 assignment. Again, you've got a couple of assignments here that are very consistent with what you've seen in Learning Unit 1. Now, I'm going to touch on this discussions tab down here, okay? Click on it. You don't necessarily have to click on this directly, but if you've already maybe responded to someone, or excuse me, loaded a response or loaded a PowerPoint slideshow that you created and you just want to go in and respond to someone, you can access it directly from here. You can read what others have posted and so on and so forth, all right? But again, remember that you can directly access your discussion board right here through that assignments tab, okay? So, or you can access it through this discussions tab, okay? A couple different places you can do it. When you initially load your assignment, it's probably best to just do it from here, okay? So, kind of going through, again, some of the other tabs. You've got the contact information tab. This is just my very basic contact information, how you can get a hold of me. Again, my office is in Cricker 223. Here's my office phone, my office email. Online, it's probably best to just email me directly if you have any questions, concerns. My office hours are posted here as well. However, I'm in my office more than what's posted, kind of in and out. So if you ever need to meet with me outside of these times, all you got to do is email me and we can try to meet, set up a meeting, okay? So that is the contact information. So again, this is basically how you kind of orient yourself to the class. You know, again, you can check, and your view may be a little bit different than my view as far as these tabs are concerned, but you can of course check your grades, anything like that. I usually run about a week behind on grading in online classes, which means after a learning unit has been done, the following week, I try to go in and grade stuff, okay? So again, if you notice that you submitted an assignment and it's been like 2-3 weeks or something like that since a grade's been entered, you know, that's where there may be an issue, all right? Meaning that there was a submission issue, or I didn't get it, or something happened, okay? So that's where you may want to contact me about your grade. I will tell you this too, that if you do a terrible job on an assignment, you may see me in the notes area, all right, when I go in and grade something in the notes area, I may type in, you know, you need to redo this assignment if you want me to look at it and you want me to grade it. Occasionally I will do that, okay? You know, so again, it's kind of a second chance at an assignment. Now, don't use that as something that's going to happen all the time, but again, especially early on, if you create a PowerPoint slideshow and it's just, you know, not well done, you know, I may tell you, or I may in the notes column say, currently your score is at a 0. If you want me to grade this and get a higher score, resubmit it. Again, that'll happen on occasion, okay? You know, there will be 2 dates put on these learning units, and they will close. Once these learning units have closed, there's no going back, all right? So once they've closed, that assignment's done. There's no going back. So again, make sure you stay on top of your learning units. I would tell you too, do not progress too far forward. There's nothing wrong with going ahead in a learning unit, maybe reading through or starting ahead on an assignment. But again, you're going to be doing some discussion boards, so you need to stay up to speed and not working too far in advance with your classmates, all right? Now, if you are submitting assignments 2-3 weeks ahead of time, also note this: I'm probably not going to grade it until we actually get to that learning unit. So for example, if I'm going to click on learning unit 3, all right, if the first week, all right, you get ahead and start working on learning unit 3 assignments, which there's nothing wrong with that, all right, and you submit it, you're not going to hear from me or get any feedback until February 18th through March 3rd, or even the week after. Again, remember, I typically grade in online classes about a week behind, okay? So don't work too far ahead, because you're not going to get any feedback from me. You know, I typically try to stay on course myself, and that's only because I've got multiple classes that I'm teaching as well and doing grading on. So again, I don't want to get bogged down by people trying to work ahead on assignments. Okay, but again, if you know there's something coming up, we may have some athletes in here where they know they're going to be out of town, or they know they're going to be away from a computer or unavailable or something like that. There's nothing wrong with going ahead and looking at your learning units that are maybe coming up and working on some of those readings and assignments, all right? They're all open at the beginning of the start date, you know, of this course, but they will start to close as we complete them, okay? So there won't be any working backwards, all right? So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, and hope this video helped.